Today we're taking a look at the Dallas Mavericks vs Los Angeles Clippers match, which is happening on Sunday, May 30th, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. The first 7.5 minutes of Friday's Game 3 looked like the Clippers were on the verge of falling behind 3-0 in their best-of-7 first-round series. The Clippers were held scoreless for the first 2:46 of the game before Paul George finally got Los Angeles on the board with a layup. The Clippers gave up 11 points in that opening stretch, and things didn't get any better in the immediate future, as they eventually fell behind by a score of 30-11 less than 8 minutes into the game. Los Angeles proceeded to score the next 14 points to get back into the game, as they trailed by just 3 points at the end of the first quarter. The Clippers won the next 3 periods, as they shot 57.9% from the floor and 41.9% from three-point range. Los Angeles is averaging 114.0 points per game during the series while allowing 116.0 points per contest. They are shooting 51.6% from the field and 35.6% from three-point range. Los Angeles is connecting on 85.5% of their attempts from the free throw line and are averaging 39.0 rebounds per game. Leonard is the team leader in points at 34.3 per game and is also averaging 8.0 rebounds per contest. George is averaging 26.7 points and 8.3 rebounds per game. Rajon Rondo is the team leader in assists at 6.3 per game and is averaging 7.0 points per contest. After their inauspicious start, Los Angeles went to a smaller lineup, and their offense responded. Kawhi Leonard scored 36 points and had 8 rebounds in the game. One game after scoring 41 points in Game 2. He was 13-17 from the floor on Friday and became just the second player in the shot clock era since 1955 to record 35 points and shoot at least 67% in consecutive playoff games. George chipped in with 29 points in the win. The Dallas Mavericks look to bounce back from their Game 3 collapse to take control of their first-round playoff series on Sunday. Luka Doncic nearly recorded a triple-double, as he had game highs with 44 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists on Friday night. Maxi Kleber and Jalen Brunson added 14 points apiece in the loss. Dallas is averaging 116.0 points per game while allowing 114.0 per contest. They are shooting 50.8% from the field and an unreal 50.5% from three-point range. The Mavericks are connecting on only 66.2% of their free throw attempts and are averaging 36.3 rebounds per game. Serge Ibaka is listed as questionable for the Clippers due to that lingering back injury, while Luka Doncic is listed as questionable with a cervical strain, but I'd be surprised if he didn't suit up with what is on the line here. The Mavericks need to find a way to slow down Leonard, who looked to be in a zone right from the start in Game 3, and they need more support from their role players like Porzingis and Hardaway Jr., but this series looks destined to go to 7 games. The player who really needs to step up for the Mavs is 7-3 forward Kristaps Porzingis. The big man from Latvia scored just 9 points on Friday on 3 of 10 shooting in 34 minutes and had just 3 rebounds. Porzingis plays so far away from the basket, it's limiting his ability to rebound. He's accumulated just 11 rebounds in 3 games this series. On the season, he averaged 20.1 points and 8.9 rebounds per game on 47.6% shooting, so he's certainly underachieving this series. Doncic is leading the team at 38.0 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 9.0 assists per game this series. Hardaway is averaging 20.3 points and Brunson is averaging 12.7 points off the bench. The Clippers figured some things out in the Game 3 win over the Mavericks. Mainly, they figured out that they have to go small to match up with the Mavericks' perimeter shooters. Dallas still made a lot of threes, but their shooting percentage overall was much lower. As mentioned, the road team has won every game of this series, and that trend will continue. The Clippers are still in must-win territory, so they will throw everything at Dallas to even this series. They shot 44.2% from the floor and 51.3% from three-point range in the game. The Mavericks were 20-39 from beyond the arc in the game. They were outscored 46-24 in the paint in the game. Dallas has outscored the Clippers by 63 points in their 6 meetings this season. My first betting advice for that game is to pick LA Clippers -2.5. The LA Clippers found themselves in a major hole after the first 2 games of the series as they lost both games at home and fell behind 2-0. With their season on the line, they dug deep and beat the Mavericks 118-108 on Friday to get back in the series. The Clippers were red hot from the floor, shooting 58% overall and 42% from 3. The Los Angeles Clippers will be feeling so much better after finally making their mark in the series with a 118-108 win in Game 3 on Friday. Kawhi Leonard led the team with 36 points, 8 rebounds and 2 blocks. Paul George added 29 points, 7 rebounds and 4 assists on 11 of 18 shooting, while Reggie Jackson chipped in with 16 points and 4 assists. As a team, the Clippers shot a sizzling 57% from the field and 13 of 31 from the three-point line as they took control of the game late in the third quarter, before holding the Mavericks to just 22 points in the fourth quarter to finish with the much-needed win. Leonard was on fire from start to finish for the Clippers as he made an incredible 13 of 17 from the field while playing 42 minutes. The problem was, the Mavericks were on fire from three-point range, draining 23s. They needed all of Kawhi Leonard's 36-point to hold on for the win. Paul George added 29 points and 7 boards while Reggie Jackson added 16 points. Marcus Morris chipped in with 15 points. Serge Ibaka remains questionable for Sunday's Game 4. The Dallas Mavericks were pretty thoroughly outplayed in Friday's 118-108 loss to the Clippers, but the Mavericks are not a team that goes down easy. They stayed in the game and almost pulled it out with some hot shooting from 3. While they only shot 44% from the floor, they made 23-pointers and shot 51% from deep. The Dallas Mavericks will be going back to the drawing board as they looked out of ideas on the defensive end against the Clippers on Friday. Luka Doncic scored the team's first 8 points to finish with 44 points, 9 rebounds and 9 assists, while Maxi Kleber and Jalen Brunson each scored 14 points. As a team, the Mavericks shot 44% from the field and a healthy 20 of 39 from the three-point line as they stormed out of the gates to an early 19-point lead, before getting out-hustled and outplayed the rest of the way. The Mavericks simply needed more from Tim Hardaway Jr., who finished with just 12 points on 4 of 14 shooting. Luka Doncic had another stellar game, dropping 44 points with 9 rebounds and 9 assists. Maxi Kleber and Jalen Brunson each added 14 points while Tim Hardaway added 12 points. Doncic had 7 threes, while Brunson, Kleber, and Hardaway had 4 three-pointers each. But Doncic is questionable for Game 4 with a cervical strain and Kleber is probable. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 221. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.